This week we'll be riding down Baja California, Mexico. So I crossed the border into Mexico at Tijuana and headed for Baja California. It didn't even stop me at the border, which usually you'd think would be a good thing, but I've been through so many borders at this point that I know that if you've got a free ride like that getting into a country, it makes it very hard to get out. So I looked it up online and it turns out there's a tourist visa for $15 that you need to get at the border. So I don't have that, and you need to have it before you get to Baja California Sur down the bottom, or there's a $50 fine. So I need to get that on the way down and get that sorted out. So I'm in Ensenada and I have the dreaded oil pissing out of my bike. So that's what my day is going to be about. After spending 2 days stuck in Ensenada with a broken chain, I'm back on the road again and heading south through Baja. As you can see behind me, it's mostly desert. Baja has a gang violence problem that affects the tourist areas, and in response to this, the government has deployed a large army presence to the Baja Peninsula. This can be seen with the checkpoints dotted throughout the peninsula, and as you drive through you can see a lot of soldiers with large machine guns. The army also rolls heavy through Baja. One of the things Baja California is famous for is the Baja 1000 off-road race. So today we're going to try some off-roading. Last night I stayed in San Ignacio in the middle of Baja and happened to be in the same hotel as Team Ox from the Baja 1000 off-road race. They were in Baja doing a pre-run of the course before the race next month, and they were all a bunch of Baja legends. Once you get used to having endless desert, then Baja changes it up and everything turns green for some reason. So today's 39 degrees Celsius, which is about 1000 degrees Fahrenheit for the Americans. And so because of that, I feel okay wearing this ridiculous looking Mad Max style armour. Remember kids, all the gear, all the time. While Tijuana and Ensenada can be a little bit sleazy because of their border status, the rest of the Baja Peninsula is authentically Mexican, except for Cabo San Lucas, which is Vegas. And I've reached Cabo San Lucas at the end of the Baja Peninsula. All that's left now is to get back to La Paz and get the ferry to mainland Mexico. I'm just back from the Mexican immigration office, and it turns out that you do need a tourist card to get onto mainland Mexico, and they don't issue them anywhere south of the border. So I have to go back to the border in Tijuana and pick up a tourist card. They said there's no way around it, that I can either fly or drive to Tijuana, but that's where I have to go. Turns out they changed the rules, and all the information about being able to pay a $50 fine when you get further south was old, and they replaced that a couple of years ago, and now you can only get these cards at the border. So they don't actually stop you and tell you you need it, they just expect you to stop and ask for it. So now I need to go back 1,000 miles, pick that up, and then head into mainland Mexico. So after a 2-day cannonball run up the Baja Peninsula, it turns out that now my bike no longer has a license plate. So now I need to convince immigration to let me into a country I'm already in with a bike that has no license plate. I spent a long time riding around Tijuana looking for the immigration office, and eventually I gave up and walked through the pedestrian entrance to get to San Diego. There was a large queue for the pedestrian entrance, and there was some queue cutting the likes of which haven't been seen outside of hillbillies in Cork City. After being sent back and forth between tables in immigration, I eventually paid my money and got my vehicle imported. I told them that I had just driven through from America just to simplify things, because telling them that I'd been driving around their country for a week and a half legally would not have been the best approach. And that's with 3 hours spent in the Mexican immigration employee car park.